I've got two winter jackets here, and I need your help choosing between the both of them. Both of these jackets are made by the same company and have very similar functions, but quite different features. Comparing them side by side, there's already some major differences. I have some opinions, and you're gonna hear about them. And hopefully by the end of this video, we'll be able to make a decision, or we'll just keep both of them. Just for quick reference, I'm 6'2", about 200 pounds, decently slender build, and that's actually going to play a huge part in choosing one of these jackets here. Both of these jackets are a size medium. Let's try on jacket number one. This is Columbia's Alpine Action 2. Immediately, the fit is perfect. The sleeve length, right where it needs to be. I really like the total length of this as well. It's not too long, it's not too short, and the width is actually really good as well. It's got a really nice slim look to it. I don't think I could get another layer on underneath me. And just for reference, the layer I am wearing is a very thin kind of crew sweatshirt with nothing on underneath it, no t-shirt. And I've got a couple of hoodies, where if I were to wear those hoodies, it may not fit. You can see just about how much extra space I've got right there. So it's got a little bit of a slimmer fit. Before I go any further, I actually purchased a large in this jacket to begin with, and it was too big. I looked like a really tiny person in a really big jacket. I'll just put it that way. I wouldn't anticipate being able to layer with this jacket. You might be able to get a thicker sweatshirt than this, but multiple layers, I don't think so. And as I understand it, this is mostly for skiing and snowboarding and outside activities like that, where you might want to have those multiple layers. So really, I think it kind of depends on the type of activity that you're doing. If you're actually out there skiing or snowboarding and you want a layer to go on top of a sweatshirt or a hoodie, you might want to size up and go really big, and then that way you can just toss that layer. But if you're thinking, hey, I just want one really nicely insulated jacket over a sweatshirt, I'm gonna be out in the sun, this is gonna be adequate, stick with, you know, the size that it actually fits, which is, for me, a medium. Now let's talk about warmth. The Alpine Action 2 features Columbia's Omni Heat technology. It's this thermal reflective type material. The metallic dots supposedly reflect your body heat back towards your body. The goal with the Omni Heat is for a less bulky, lightweight warmth in your jacket. I've only worn both of these jackets out independently a couple of times now, but even just wearing it around the house and outside, this definitely delivers. Even right now, I am very warm. I'm a little bit overheated, but I'm also wearing a beanie and a sweater, and I got a light here blaring at me. But in the real world, outside, this does keep you warm. I've noticed the times that I've worn it, I really did not feel all that cold. Now put me on the waterfront in Chicago, and we might be telling a little bit of a different story. Now let's talk about some of the features and the design. This is 100% polyester. This does feel a little bit more durable and a little bit tougher than the Parka, something that I would be okay going out into the elements and doing things in the event that this could get damaged or cut or ripped. Again, this jacket has kind of that like streamlined, athletic, movable, breathable feel to it. And also it's got the Velcro, so like if your jacket closes like that, it stays closed even without the zipper, which is really nice. That is actually a really cool feature, just the Velcro, like not having to zip up the jacket. I say that now and I might find that to be quite annoying. It definitely feels very movable and breathable. I don't feel locked up. Boom, zipped up, and then you got your Velcro. Yeah, just two buttons, one at the bottom and one here at the top. Look at that, y'all. I feel like I could do it all day. Maybe throw in some elbows. I don't know why we're doing this. That's enough of that. Continuing on, we have lots of zippers, lots of pockets. We've got our inner pocket right here. That's pretty deep. And then on this side, we've got this deep pouch. Then we've got our pocket here on the outside. You know, I can fit my hand fully in that pocket. This one comes with a detachable hood. The first time that I tried to use these drawstrings, it felt a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. But you just kind of pull it down like that. There we go, look at that. Does that do anything? I don't think that does. Oh, watch out. I'm not gonna pop my eye out doing that. Holy smokes. The great thing about it is it's detachable. So right there's this little pocket and it's just Velcroed in there, so you pull that tab out. Same thing on this side, and then there's a zipper on the back side and the hood will pop right off. So it gives it kind of this like secondary style to it without the hood. I mean, it looks really cool. Not that I think I would have to do this, but you've got your Velcro if you really wanted to cinch this up here on both sides. And then there's this additional sleeve in here that is sewn into the jacket. Try to keep any kind of snow or moisture out from the inside of your jacket with that being so loose. And then one final feature here is this zipper right here. Everything is packed right there, very easily accessible. And then we've got our two pockets here. I forgot about that. We got our pockets here on the side, folks. A lot of the features on this jacket have technology that keep you dry. This elastic here, there are these buttons that you pull out from the sides of the jacket, and then this buttons together, and that way nothing is getting up, no snow is getting up into your britches. Even with this feature not engaged, when the jacket is zipped up, I can feel the elastic on my waistband. It feels a little bit odd to me. You know, I think if I stuck with the large, that's the trade-off. I wouldn't be able to feel that, but it'd feel like I was a tiny person in a really big jacket. And I don't want that. It's not a deal breaker. The Alpine Action 2 jacket, I think, is for somebody that's active, that spends a lot of time outside working or playing or doing things, adventuring, or you're concerned about getting wet. This would be a great jacket for you. The second jacket is the Columbia Street Heights Parka. This is a nice jacket. Again, I'm wearing a size medium. This jacket as well fits like a glove. It fits so good. I really like this jacket. However, compared to the Alpine Action 2, it's completely different. First off, I can tell it's a lot longer. There's a lot more chest room, waist room. I could definitely put a hoodie on, a thicker hoodie. The feel and the vibe I get for this jacket is just your traditional parka, traditional winter coat. I feel like this one's a little bit warmer than the Alpine Action 2. That could be because of the length, could be the 650 field power down that makes up the warming material of this jacket, and it is rated for maximum warmth on Columbia's website. And I agree, I am max warm right now. Yeah, I think if I were to button this up right now, I would probably start sweating. Even though the Alpine 2 has the Omni Heat technology, I still feel like this one is quite a bit warmer. It could be a matter of variables. You know, standing still inside a warm house, this one may feel a little bit warmer, but out at the waterfront in Chicago, this one may not put up as much as Alpine Action 2 against the wind. I don't know. I don't live in Chicago. The features and design on this jacket, I don't want to say the word luxurious, but it does feel quite a bit luxurious. The material for this jacket is also 100% polyester. This could just be my ignorance in understanding how jackets are made, but it does feel quite a bit different than the Alpine Action 2. It could be the waterproofing that is on both of these jackets. They're both waterproof, but I can't answer that question as to why they have a different texture and different feel. The pocket depth on this parka is quite a bit more significant than its counterpart over here, especially the side pockets. Goodness, I feel like I could put my whole arm in here. And then we've got these two front pockets as well with a very similar depth. And I honestly like jackets that kind of have these front pockets right here because I feel like they're kind of like jean pockets, but just higher. Boom, right there. I like that. And it's very warm on the inside here. It's very good at reflecting your body heat and kind of managing and maintaining your warmth. The Street Heights Parka here does not have the Velcro to put it together, but it has all of the buttons and pretty much the exact same zipper system, with one small detail that the Alpine Action 2 does not have, and that is a reversible zipper. So we got the zipper that goes up here, but here at the bottom, check this out. Hey, there it goes. Okay, I can zip it up like that. So if you wanted, for whatever reason, to only zip up like 2/3 of your jacket, buttons snap together pretty easily. For the sleeves, we've got buttons here as well instead of the Velcro. The parka does not have that same material here at the bottom of the sleeve that is stitched in and kind of keeps everything enclosed. You can see there is my kind of base layer there. So that's all getting wet if you go sledding or snowboarding, okay? And then we've got one final pocket right here on the left chest, about the same depth as the Alpine Action 2. There is no inner pocket. Folks, there's no inner pocket on this jacket. Columbia, what were you thinking? Why? I'm double checking here, but there's nothing. What the heck? I will say that the depth of the front pockets makes up for it, you know, and you've got these two tosses right here in the front. Just a nice parka, you know, look with these pockets. I'm just griping. But I would like my inner pocket. The inside of this has that nice you know, down, puffy jacket feel to it compared to the exterior. Again, this is really nice. I really, really like how all of this feels, and it definitely keeps you warm. And then we've got the brand Columbia Sportswear, established 1938. Just some cool logo stuff here that's stitched on the inside of the jacket. I wish that that was a pocket. And then we've got a hood that is not removable. This was a lot easier, I found, to cinch down. And then you've got your drawstring. That will keep you warm for years. I would be ready to face the cold in this jacket with another layer on underneath, maybe some hand warmers right here in my pockets. You know, one final thing about this jacket is the way that it falls on my shoulders and just hangs on my body. It feels really good and it looks really good as well. I like the way that it hangs there. Okay, the way the hood falls back, everything just kind of falls into place in a really nice fashion, and it looks really, really good. The Columbia Street Heights Parka is for those that are just going out for the day. You're headed to work, you're headed to the grocery store. A parka that's going to keep you warm and you can also layer with, and it doesn't look all that bulky. What do you guys think about these two jackets? If you'd return the Alpine, comment chunk it. If you'd return the Parka, comment trash it. Now, if I really had to choose today, which I'm trying to choose today, actually, it would boil down to my needs. And I love camping. I love being outdoors. While we don't get a lot of snow, I do want to stay warm. I need to be flexible and be able to move and be versatile. And then if it does rain, I want to make sure that I'm going to stay dry. So with that information, I would go with the Alpine Action 2. And it was on sale when I got it, so you just can't beat that. But honestly, those jackets are not solving the exact same problem. They're both built for completely different situations. And I really like the Parka. It looks really good. But I do have other jackets that may not be quite as warm, but they do serve a similar purpose. I don't know. I also got the Parka on sale too. What if I kept both?